City look like they stepped it up. It's not looking good. They look like they stepped it up. It's not. It's not. I mean, it's just an instant change in, and this is what everyone expected, right? But it's an instant change in dynamic. It felt like that for the first couple of minutes. Higher up the pitch, this is what we kind of expected. This pattern that we're seeing right now. Yeah, so scary hours. It feels like good little crossing there from Kovacic, I think, and Foden couldn't quite get on the end of it. Ball breaks to Pape Sarr. Quite high up the pitch, to be fair. Flanked by Pedro Porro. Ball into the box. Touch! Oh! Fuck it. I thought he'd done it. Oh, I thought he'd done it. Near post cross. Nice little find. Finds Son. Finds Son in the box. Creeps through. Tries to that nice little, like 160 degree little dink. He's tried to side foot it a bit too much instead of getting a proper like toe dink underneath it. And Ederson manages to get some part of his body onto it and clear. Oh, God. That is a little chance there, though. That is a little chance. But the XG went up. See, now we're in now. Look, boom. That's what we're working with now. So you can click. I'm going to do 2-0 up. But, yeah, so... Oh, God, yeah. So XG's already gone up a little bit there, but obviously for City as well. It's very even. It feels a bit weird, right? Oh, fuck! So now I'm... Oh, that's such a... I don't even want to do it anymore, mate. I don't even want to do this. I don't even watch the game. Just zap the life out of me. Idiots, mate. They've not even scored on my screen yet. Pussies. Piss me off. Alright, how do you score then? So, alright, let's see how Spurs give this away. Yeah, right, playing at the back. There's a lot of City players around Højbjerg there, loads. Ball gets played centrally. They're going to be pissing about centrally, give it away at some point. No, they've spread it out wide nicely. What the hell? Son, with a decent effort, blocked. Man. I always get these mad weird noises in my gaff. Foden, so it breaks to Foden on the left-hand side. Speeds past Bentancur, crossing to the box. Breaks out to Bernardo Silva. Slide ball into De Bruyne and Haaland taps it in. I mean, it's just not whatever. It's a whatever goal. Just do one. You donkey, mate. You absolute donkey. Do nothing, mate, all season. You absolute donkey. Yeah, Spurs were just left kind of like a bit stretched at the back, and then the ball did kind of get recycled a little bit. Not really, to be fair. Foden breaks down the left. He looks for a cross. It goes kind of through Haaland and De Bruyne. Breaks out to no one gets out to Bernardo Silva. De Bruyne makes a nice run, and then, I mean, Jesus, like, what, like... Surely that's the one player you're trying to get in front of, no? Romero just didn't really drop in. Like, drop in. No, do you not drop in? I don't know. I think Romero should have dropped in a little bit more. But whatever, decent goal for City, right? Such a weird way. It's such a weird way that Pep plays. Now, like, I don't know. It's just nowhere near as good as it was, mate. It just isn't. They've just not played that, like... Is this the way that you win champions? I don't know. Has he got a bit more Mourinho about him since he's in his old age? He's definitely become more pragmatic, for sure. But yeah, interesting to see how Spurs react now or how the game kind of goes. City will obviously looking for a second instantly. Spurs need to just calm down a little bit, but they don't want the game to just go dead. This is what happens sometimes. When a team scores, and then the advice that people say is, obviously, you don't want to concede. And they say, just calm everything down for 10 minutes or something. But the problem is if you calm everything down, then the energy gets zapped out of the game. And if you're playing against a team that is good in possession, they will just use that lull of energy in the stadium and just keep the ball. And it will just kill the game. And then it's so hard to build momentum again. It's so hard to build momentum again in a game. What do I want to try and find here? I want to go on to Bruno Fernandes, David Ornstein. Okay. Ornstein reveals Man United star expected to stay after meeting last week to ease player doubts. Right. I will do a video about this, because why not? But yeah, now City are winning 1-0. We'll just kind of like do some topics and watch the game at the same time. But yeah, so for one, if Bruno Fernandes is this like absolute messiah at Manchester United and the star player, and everything evolves around Bruno Fernandes, and like I understand here about ease his doubts about what we're getting a new ownership and we're going to try and win everything. You've heard what everybody's saying. I genuinely believe this looks like that headline, yeah, and what they're insinuating is the meeting is Bruno needs to know that so Tottenham wins when conceding first the most in the whole season. Come on. Bruno needs to know that he's actually part of the plans properly, and like basically, am I going to be the main player? Because it's like that's what it's not about. I need to meet you to see whether we're being really serious. Are you serious? Are you going to try and do this? Yeah, of course, mate. You know they're going to try and do all these things. That's the whole bloody purpose of them coming in. We know. So he's not going in there going. His agent's not going in there going, right, Bruno Fernandes, he needs assurances that he's going to play. That's what he needs assurances. Because he's like, if I'm not going to play, if you're going to go in a completely different direction, then I'm out. Or like, I need to be out, right? He's 31 or whatever, 30, 31. He's got one contract left in him, maximum. So yeah, let's see what they say. So let's see. So he's expected to stay. Like, there's like, firstly, that word in itself, like, what do you mean? Is expected to stay? Like, is he staying or not? If he's your star player, and if you really wanted to build a team around him, like it says in this article, if Man United want to build a team around him, and he really wants to stay, then you just say he's definitely staying. He's not available for any price. That's what people say. Oh, Bentancur fuming to come off, yeah. Fuming, bro. Fuming because, I don't know what, because he got done for the goal. Maybe because he got done for the goal, and then he was like, right, you're coming off. You're obviously fuming if you can't, like, help get the result back. That's, like, horrible. It's like getting punched and then the guy running off, and then you're like, whoa, like, we got a fight. I mean, you punched me. Then he's, like, gone. So he's got a black eye, and then you can't do anything about it. That's what it feels like. That's why he's fuming. Go on, Spurs. Do something, bro. Not even that good, mate. Oh, is he done? Oh. He's done. That looks like he's fucked. KDB looks like he's done, man. That looks bad. Is that like his knee or something? Because he looked like he was done, mate. What happened here? Oh, it's your Achilles, you pussy, mate. It's your Achilles. Why are you putting your hand in the air? He trod on your Achilles. Pussy, bro. He trod on your Achilles, mate. What are you on? Going on like you've just done ruptured your ACL? Give me a break, bro. He's sound. He literally just... Yeah, anyway, forget the City game for now. So yeah, just expect it to stay. It doesn't really make sense. So, as in, it doesn't make sense if this definitely staying, definitely our best player, definitely we're going to want to build a team around him. Or do you want to make it seem like the way that everyone does think, obviously, he's our kind of star player, or he's definitely got the most effective kind of like numbers. Yeah, he's fuming, mate. He's fuming. Andy's fuming about that goal. I'd be fuming as well, bro. Fuming. Yeah, he's livid. But yeah, because he's our like star player, seeing as our star player, yeah, of course you're getting up now. Put your boot back on. I thought you needed a bloody oxygen mask, bro. Dickhead. But yeah. Because he's a star player and he's got good value and he's got good reputation, you can also put stuff out going, he's our like main guy and like we want to build a team around him. And then someone, well, we'll put in a bigger bid and whatever, he's just better for negotiation. So you can look at it from both aspects, both angles. Right, can we get to what Ornstein has said, or... The club's leadership team met with the player and his representatives for a lengthy conversation at the Carrington training ground, where it became clear that Sir Jim Radcliffe's team, including Brailsford, Wilcox, Hargreaves, want to continue building around Fernandes. Okay, cool. Right, so that's the bit where you're like, well, that's just sealed, isn't it? That's just in the bag. Like, if you've got this written, then that's it, isn't it? But then you continue reading. There's been talk of a summer exit for United captain, and reports came that Tony United wants clarity on the direction of the club. Right, what clarity do you want, mate? Like, this makes no sense, and whether or not their ambitions are matched. What do you think they're coming in to try and do, bro? Like, you have been followed. You're an employee of the club. You know more than everyone. You know more than the fans. You know more than what comes out in the media. Is De Bruyne coming back on after he literally got shot and was crying, and he looked like he needed O2 to the system straight away? Not bad. But yeah. So yeah, it doesn't really make sense. We know that that's what their ambitions are. Why would you have a meeting to go, right, are your ambitions as good as mine? Do you want all the same shit I want? Mate, Bruno is not stupid. He knows that he's got big stats. But he also knows that he's 30, 31, and that like he's apprehensive whether he knows he's not played well. He's said himself he's not played well. So all these articles saying he's had this great season, he's saying himself, the guy himself said he's not played as well as he should have individually. Go on, Spurs, in the box, do something at Spurs, do something. Corner, let's go. And I don't really understand. Okay, so there you go. So unsurprisingly, it is noted that Fernandes is eager to see evidence that this is achievable. Fair enough, in regards to the new setup. For the club to be a competitive and successful side under the new sporting setup. What evidence do you want to see, bro? Like, who the hell do you think you are? Like, you've got to prove. They need to see evidence that you're the boy. Because there isn't that. What, you show, like, your goals from open play that aren't just, like, set pieces or penalties. What? Look at all them being absolute idiots, bro. He obviously didn't mean it. He just went straight into the keeper, Romero. And they're everywhere. Look at them rats, mate. Look at them City rats all over the place. Little rats, mate. Look at all them rats. Get out, my mate. Look at them all. Give it a break, mate. Joke, man. It just all went crazy. Obviously, you're going to go in on the keeper, aren't you? You're obviously going to go in on the keeper if you're trying to get the ball. What's Ake doing? What are you going to do? What? Is he completely knocked out or something? What's Pep? What, he didn't mean to do it, did he, bro? I don't get it. Like, you can't just be like, that was a 50-50. You have to go in for it. Obviously, if it studs, then it's a different thing. Like, if he literally studded him in the head or some shit, is he like knocked out cold? I mean, he looks knocked out cold, to be fair. Look, I'm not gonna... But it's not. It's not something. It wasn't malicious. He didn't mean to do it. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't something that he meant to do. Romero looks worried, so he obviously did something. Oh, he's giving him a yellow. Romero looks worried. I mean, he looks worried, obviously, for Edison, for sure. I mean, they're not replaying it, so it must be like bad. I wish they would replay stuff though. They're like, I know it's like a family show and all that. What's I know it's his player. He's fuming. I'd be fuming as well. But fuming at the fact that he's injured so much, like it's a bad injury. Not fuming at Romero. He obviously didn't mean to do it. But we can't even see a replay, so we can't even judge like what happened. I'm guessing we'll judge off whether VAR send him off or not. That's what we'll judge off. Oh, he's up. He's chilling. Did he like just hit him in the face or what? If this is another not so bad, is this? Yeah, obviously, like De Bruyne went down like he'd been shot with his Achilles. Like, was this really that bad? He's chilling. Stop holding his neck, mate. He's chilling. Holding his neck while the geezer's getting up already. If he's getting up, he's getting off. So he's spitting. So he obviously hit him in the face. Has he just carded Pep? Yeah, I think he probably has. So a bit of drama. Oh, what are you doing, mate? What are you gonna do, bro? How are you getting off the bench? What are you gonna do? Big hard man. Be on the bench, football, yeah. On soccer. Give it a break. But yeah, so anyway. Unsurprisingly, it is noted that Fernandes is eager to see evidence that it is achievable for the club to be a competitive and successful side under the new sporting setup. If he is unsatisfied by the progress, so far it's all about Bruno in the... Oh, he just fell because he's probably still knocked out. So yeah, so far what we've been reading up until this word progress, it's all about if Bruno isn't satisfied, if Bruno doesn't see this, if Bruno isn't convinced, if Bruno doesn't see the evidence, if Bruno doesn't see the direction, Bruno wants clarity. Okay. If he is unsatisfied by the progress, right, but then a huge offer comes in, his exit cannot be completely ruled out. They've made this look like one thing from one side, from Bruno Fernandes. It's very clever. This, I think, is like prepping for an exit. It feels. If he is unsatisfied by the progress, so still him, and a huge... But then let's look at this on its own. Because this has been put out. This is David Ornstein saying this. Now, you could be like, yeah, but it's from Bruno's side, so it's basically United are desperate to keep him. And Bruno Fernandes says, if I don't see evidence, I might leave for a big move. Firstly, bro, how are you going to see evidence in like the first, like if an offer comes in for you, how are you going to see evidence about what we're doing as a team and what we're doing on the pitch and on the training pitch when you're on holiday, bruv? So you can't see, can you? So it's like you can't be satisfied by the progress by the time you come back from holiday or while you are on holiday. Because if an offer comes in for you, say an offer comes in for you, an offer comes in for Bruno 3 weeks after the transfer market opens, right? There's nothing that you could. That's not enough. 3 weeks is not enough data to see how Ineos are moving. It's not enough. So the idea here is just look at this on its own, split it. So a huge offer comes from abroad. If a huge offer comes from abroad, his exit cannot be completely ruled out. So basically what's been going on in this article is Bruno Fernandes has been hyped up to be, obviously what he is from the outside perspective. He's been hyped up, obviously, to be the most important person. We want to build around him. Bruno is like demanding stuff, blah, 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 right? So it's basically putting Bruno up on a higher pedestal. Like every media document, every media thing that gets put out is obviously, every article that gets put out is done with a reason in mind, right? It's done to sell a narrative. Oh, they just showed it again. I missed it. Here we go. Or was it that bad? It wasn't even bad, mate. Oh my god, bro. He hit him with his hip. What's going on? What, was that bad? Did you get knocked out from that? You're on mad days because of that? Weird. Anyway. Yeah, so all media, all the articles obviously serve a purpose. So in my opinion, the purpose of this is to further the kind of like narrative about why is he fuming because he come off? Why is everyone what is he fuming for? What is going on, bro? What is going on, mate? What is going on? It's embarrassing, bro. Their behaviour is embarrassing, mate. Absolutely embarrassing. But it is still 1-0, man. And it's 69 minutes gone and it is still 1-0. So that is the one bit of solace that we can take out of this so far. But, yes, going back to it. This article furthers Bruno's kind of status at Manchester United. And it also, like, furthers the agenda to raise his profile and hopefully, as a byproduct of that, raise his price if there is a team, right? Do you know what I mean? It feels like that's more. And then to say, and even to leave it open to if a huge offer comes from abroad, his exit cannot be completely ruled out. That on its own, in a David Ornstein kind of like backed article, is massive, right? Despite this, Ornstein states that it is firmly expected that Fernandes will stay, right? Yeah, of course. Listen, we don't want to get we don't want to we don't want to sell him. Like, of course, like if you're negotiating, you don't ever want to tell people that you actually want. Like the best negotiation is to say, I don't even want to get rid of this thing that I have. It's not even for sale. Do you know what I mean? But the best way to actually, you just say they're not for sale under any circumstance. But we're like, because this is a statement I feel like is something that's leaked. I don't know. It's interesting. Either side, if Bruno's side leaks it, because they feel like he might not be part of the plans, right? So they're leaking it to further his agenda as, ball just ricocheted, broke through to Kulusevski that must have come on when we didn't realise. But yeah, Akanji, then it bobbles, hits him again. Right foot, good strike. It goes like through Ortega's legs, but kind of like he saves it. It ricochets and kind of goes, squirms through his legs, and then he sits on it and grabs it. Spurs showing a little bit more fight. Game open. Surely Man City don't want a game so open, but they're going for it. Fair play. Doku on the ball. Loads of space for Guardiola on the left. Doku does what he does and gives the ball away. But now he's back on the ball. Ball's recycled. Just running into nothing. Running into people. Running into bodies. But yeah, good little reaction after that lull in the injury anyway. But yeah. Yeah, so there's loads of weird shit, like even what Bruno said. Doku, cross. Tipped behind by Vicario. So yeah, him saying stuff like this, obviously it doesn't just depend on me, does it? When asked about his Old Trafford future, so it's like, right, like it's a lot of kind of, if you're asking for a meeting with United for clarifications, if you're saying, well, it doesn't just depend on me, does it? That's kind of like, because no one said anything to Bruno. So I feel like he's kind of like, right, no one spoke to me. So I need to have a meeting with these to see if they're really about what I'm about. Because Bruno's clear, he understands his flaws and his strength. He really does, man. In his performances, you can see he's a very aware person. Even though I don't rate him as a player. Man City with the big looping cross into the box, cleared out to Kovacic. Side foots it into nothing. But yeah, he's a very aware person. So even that, that's kind of like against. It's a moment of like insecurity, isn't it? Well, it doesn't just depend on me, does it? Like that's kind of like quite needy, isn't it? He's quite a needy character as a person, anyway, emotionally. Doesn't like any kind of like, takes it to heart negative statements. A player always has to want to be here, but at the same time, you have to want him to stay. At the moment, I feel there's that on both sides. So it's interesting because it's like it has to be both sides. He reiterates it, right? It has to be both sides. And then instead of saying I feel there's that on both sides, he said at the moment, right? And that's the biggest thing here at the moment. And this is because the regime that he has been under for the past 4 years have served him incredibly, right? He is the centerpiece of everything. Everything revolves around him and Rashford and Garnacho a little bit lately. So he loves it, and he can see all this huge change coming in. And I feel like he is aware. He knows that he is not God's gift, greatest player on earth. He knows that he can be replaced. He knows he's in his 30s now. So he wants, like, am I part of this? Oh, there's too big and too quick at the back, man. It's hard, isn't it? Brendan Johnson's pretty quick, but Kanji just got back there, covered nicely. So yeah, I feel like a little bit insecure about the new ownership, as he should be, because he's aware, he understands, right? He knows he hasn't played well this season, as he's admitted himself. I'm not thinking too much about the future, not least because this season hasn't been at the level I'd hope for. So here we go, he says it himself, not the level I'd hope for, either individually or collectively. So even though he's got his goals and everyone's like, oh look, Bruno's got his goals, we can all admit that those goals aren't enough, are they? Those performances aren't there. So if you want me to be very honest, if I have to think about not continuing in the Premier League, it won't be till after the Euros, because nothing will be able to take my focus away from the FA Cup final and the Euros, as there's nothing more important than that at the moment. Yeah, so again, it's like, if I have to think about not continuing, it's like, bro, why are we even like going deeper on this topic? Like, if it's not something that's remotely possible, because if you're like obviously the main honcho at Manchester United, if it's not even remotely possible for you to leave because it's like unfathomable that you would get rid of your best player, blah blah blah, then why are we even like playing this role play game of like, oh well, if I have to think about not continuing, well at the moment I feel like there's that on both sides, and there's nothing more important than that at the moment. It's like, bro, this is messages being sent out, and this coupled with obviously this meeting last week is to ease the player doubts, and like what we said at the beginning when we spoke about this article is framed as if it's Bruno in the strong position, and he's like, you give me assurances about this project making sense for me, like I need you to be better for me to stay. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like Bruno's like, he's on good money. He's not going to be on any more money than this apart from Saudi Arabia, bro. That's the reality of it. Like, he's just not. He's not going to be on more money than this than this apart from Saudi. And I think it's too early for him to go Saudi. So he's like, right, if I'm staying, I'm not going to want to be sitting on the bench. Like, my value will just completely decrease. My earning potential will decrease if I'm sat on the bench next year under De Zerbi, for example, or whatever. or someone that wants to play a more attractive style of football that doesn't kind of like rely on a Bruno Fernandes type player. But yeah, let's get back into the game for the last 15 minutes or so. Porro on the right hand side, out for a corner. Let's go. Let's get something here, man. I think a draw can still be on the cards. City haven't created a hell of a lot. Let's have a look what they still 1-0. Don't go more than 1-0. Yeah, so they've just had 3 shots on target. They still just missed them 2 big. No, they've missed 3 big chances. Oh no, they've had 3 big chances. Scored 1, missed 2. He could have said we just have a chance and we missed it. God damn it. Short corner. Yeah, he's on the corner of the box. Looks for the shot. It's a decent little shot. He's got like decent ass trajectory. A good strike, but always rising. Not dipping early enough. Unfortunately, Kula. Yeah, Madrid 3 up. Bellingham, Vinny, and Valverde. Love Valverde. Incredible player. Love him. And what else we got going on today? Not a lot. Tomorrow's a pretty stacked card, though. Brighton, Chelsea, but obviously we're not watching that. United, Newcastle. Again, I can see an absolute demolishing. It'll be interesting to see, because if Bruno's still not available, that team will do fine. Like, you should just play the team that played. Hopefully Ahmad's fit. Wonder what Ahmad's injury news. Do we get injury news? Doubtful. So you're doubtful, but you might be alright. See what we got. Let's go. You know what? Latest news and return. A fresh concern. So he is a doubt for Newcastle, Diallo, and it wasn't bad news for Kambala. It's got McTominay, although they just played. Yeah, so can we see it? Here we go. Yeah. He should fans. Oh yeah, so Diallo should fans would be fine, although the club are yet to confirm his status. Tottenham, edge of City's box. Maddison out to Sarr, who looked to strike it. You got to try and make more of those scenarios, bro. You can't be striking from 40 yards. Nah, that's not foul. That's not foul. Yeah, you prick. Get up. So yeah, Ten Hag said the knee to knee in the first half bothered me. Oh no, he said the knee to knee in the first half bothered me in the second half. Otherwise, I'm fine. So he's basically saying he was just chilling. There's not a lot of quality from Tottenham in the final third, man. Like Maddison. You see, do you know sometimes you get a bit leggy when you haven't got a lot of confidence when you're a creative player? You get a bit leggy. you Things are light and very easy when you're in form. But every action just seems to take more energy from you when you're not in form. It's like more zapping somehow, like maybe mentally, obviously, and then it just transfers into your body physically. Ugh. But yeah, so he might be fine, man. So you just play the same team, right? And be compact and see how that works. Because it was fine against Arsenal. And let's see whether it was because Arsenal just didn't want to come out as whatsoever. Just try it again, do you know what I mean? Don't just go, oh no, like just try it. Like why? And also, why even bother risking Why even bother risking? If you obviously Bruno's obviously one of the main stars of the team. So yeah, well he just is, isn't he? So why risk him if it's all about the cup final? You obviously want all these players for the cup final. So at least just play this team for the next 2 games. Is it Brighton and Newcastle? I think it is. Yeah, Newcastle and Brighton. So just play the team that you played against Arsenal, against Newcastle and Brighton, and then get everyone all ready for your big cup final that we're going to get absolutely trounced in. Bernardo jinking, holding possession, holding play, lovely. And then people will say that that's boring, but he's literally got his whole team up into territory like we said was important. And now Foden's on the ball. There's more options essentially, as you can see there. Into Rodri, into Kovacic, out to Akanji, who switches it back out to Cole Walker on the ball. It is hard, man, trying to see who's who on a phone in time, you know what I mean? Good little play by City there centrally. Out to Doku. Crap ball by Guardiola. Sold Doku short. So yeah, we should just play the same team. That's where I'm at with it. Big Ollie Skip coming on, and Lo Celso, who's still there, man. It's mad, isn't it? Sometimes these players, obviously, they're on like hundreds of thousands of pounds a week. Some of them, well, pretty much all of them, but like players at Spurs, and then there's ones that their career is obviously them training a lot and then going here, a few loans here. They've got these big contracts, so they stay at the club where they just never play. So they're like this loany, and then they come back for maybe a season, and then so they end up just being on the bench for that season, then go out on loan again for their last season. Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of football's careers are there's a lot more that aren't very glamorous, right? Like it obviously employs so many people across the world. Like even just actual footballers get paid. That yeah, it's not all very glamorous. So I'm talking obviously now like semi-pro that get paid, etc. Everyone. But City trying to hold on to the ball a little bit more because Spurs have had a couple of shots, couple of crosses, couple of corners in the past 5-10 minutes. So, oh my God, Son's through. This is it. He's fucked it. He's fucked it on purpose. I reckon he fucked it on purpose. He fucked it on purpose. Son fucked it on purpose. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe he fucked it on purpose. He's a great finisher. That is on purpose. I bet you everyone's saying that. That I'm convinced he fucked it on purpose. Mate, Son is... Oh, mate, I don't even know, bro. Pep on the deck, mate. Pep on the floor. He knew that was it. That was literally it. That was it, mate. All this Pep ball, and it all came down to, what are you doing, bro? Mate, he doesn't want it. Son does not want Arsenal to win the league. He's going mental, mate. Pep knows. Oh, man, that's so deflating. I'm so deflated. That is just so deflating. And now it's so typical for City to score. Ball breaks out to Bernardo. Akanji, right wing. City have just stayed up. Why are you so bloody high, man? This last like 5 minutes, I just yeah, that's a free kick. I was literally about to just sack it off. I was like, I'm absolutely knackered. I need to sack this off. It's about just banking it, innit? Getting the minutes in, getting the hours in. But I do need to sort this out a bit more. Like, I don't really have any like yeah, I don't really have any like graphics as such, or an intro. I don't know. I see this thing more of like, it's like I'd be sitting and watching this thing, messing about doing nothing, just watching this monging out. It's better for me just to kind of like talk through it instead of think through it, right? Do you know what I mean? Maybe in like 4 or 5 years there'll be a little community going on here. Who knows? But yeah, it's just better for me to get it out. I enjoy it. That was a chance though. Oh, you dickhead, bro. You absolute monk, mate. You monk. One of the best finishers, right, in the past 5-6 years in the Prem. Through 1-on-1, and you side foot it an inch to the right of the goalkeeper. That's a great ball by Foden to Doku. What a ball. Cuts inside. Oh, it's a pen. It's a pen. You idiot. You absolute idiot, bro. You absolute idiot. He's like, I've just won you the league. Fair play. You absolute dummy, mate. Fair play. Good play by Doku. Whoever played that ball to Doku is absolutely unbelievable. So, Haaland, yeah, and then Foden just clips one over the top with like a volley. Sick ball. Doku cuts inside once and then cuts inside the second time, and he just takes his foot. He just does, doesn't he? Yeah, you stamp on his foot. It's a pen all day. And once this goal goes in, I am finito. This game is done, mate. I am out. So watch this go in, and City have won the league. It is Erling Haaland though, and my God, would I not love for him to miss this, and then for Spurs to equalise. 10 minutes added on, mate. No, well, obviously, if they don't score this, then right. So Erling Haaland likes to side foot it into his left-hand corner, the keeper's right-hand corner. He likes to put it into the keeper's right-hand corner. Erling Haaland, so he likes to put it into the left-hand side. He likes to put it into the left-hand side. Yeah, he put it into the left-hand side. Oh, stop it with the walking like a dick, mate. No one gives a shit. Bore off. Now they're like, we've won the league. Bro, as if they're like, we've won the league. Yeah, they're going mental, mate. Like, they've won the league. Like West Ham or nothing. Wow. What's he looking at, bro? The donkey, mate. Knew they'd score again, man. That was a title right there, man. That was a title right there, mate. One thing, mate. Wow. It's mad how a title rests on something like that. Yeah, my mate was like, he's my City fan, and he's like, they went mad. They went mad. But yeah, it's crazy how that's the game over. Who gives a flying shit about what happens in this game now? We'll keep it on the background. But yeah, this is the last point. It's interesting, isn't it? But it's mad how that whole season then came down to Son being one-on-one with the goalkeeper. So you know when at the beginning of the stream spoke about how games, these type of games when there's actual meaning involved in it, they come up with these moments, right? And that was the moment then. It kind of deflected through and it just broke to Son, and he had the momentum to go past the defender, and he was clean through. And he got it, he hit it, like he healed it like too much. It was such a tentative attempt. Could have gone with the outside of the foot, could have tried to dink him, could have gone to the left of him over the shoulder, to the right, like so many options, bro. And then he didn't want Arsenal to win the title, mate. I am convinced of it. Anyway, peace. Catch you again at some stage. Ooh.